What's going on, gentlemen? It's me, Truck. Ladies and gentlemen, what's up? It's Truck. Ladies, I got a question. How come you don't comment on my post, man? What's up with that? You're hurting my feelings, man. I'm about to cry. But, I want you guys to participate as well, just so I know what kind of content you want to hear, if you got any questions, whatnot. The fellas, of course, fellas are vocal. And fellas, if the ladies make comments, don't treat them bad. Don't try to treat them like they don't know anything. There's absolutely zero dumb questions. There's no stupid question when it comes to guns. A friend of mine I went to church with for years, who was a real man of God, called me up yesterday. Well, actually, on Saturday, he went and got his first handgun. He went and got a Security 9, and I had actually been treating him pretty bad because I was concerned about him and his family and his wife. I said, things are getting pretty tough, so he went out and got his Ruger Security 9. And then I told him while he was there, he should have bought an AR-15 because of the fact, he's not a poor guy. He can afford it. I said, why didn't you just get an AR-15? He said, oh, I don't know about that. But fortunately, later on that day, he actually went back to get the AR-15. He listened. So, and he asked me all kinds of questions. And he said, man, the first thing he was saying, oh, man, I know this is a stupid question, but I said, man, when it comes to guns, man, there is no stupid question. You ask every little question that you think is silly, you're stupid, because weapons are dangerous. They're nothing you play with. They're not a toy. So when you ask a question about a gun, it should be taken seriously. So, gentlemen, do not chide on or do not get smart or sarcastic with the ladies if they decide to comment on these videos. They have different concerns. They have children. They have they're women, so they have different concerns when they walk the street, when they do this thing, when they go out in public. They have different concerns than we do. So please be helpful. All right, now, gentlemen, more of his stories. All right, I decided to open up about a lot of this. Okay, see the bottom gun. The bottom gun is a Springfield Armory 1911. I got a story about that gun. All right, so one Saturday. It's in the fall. I know it's the fall because I can remember what I was wearing. My mom comes to me. I think it was about 20, probably around 23. My mom calls me up, say, hey, I need you to check out my car because she had just got a car fixed by this guy named Angelo in Camden off of Broadway. He's a good mechanic, but she had a bad feeling about the car. She didn't think the car was gonna work right because I'll be honest with you, I've never really had a car fixed in Camden that I had to ever take it back to the mechanic. They always get it fixed, done right. That's one thing that I love about the inner city. Man, you can get a guy walking down the street, fix your car, perfect. You living in the suburbs, you take your car to Firestone, Pep Boys, and all the other nonsense places. Man, they fix your car. You'll be back 2-3 times, and they fixing other things. It's like it's a trap. So I actually will have my car towed to Philly or to Camden, wherever I need to go to get it fixed. I refuse to get my car fixed in the suburbs. But anyway, I get it, so I get up out the bed, and I think about it, I had a sneaky peek back then. For some reason, I had just got this 45 that I wish I'd never traded in. And so I said, let me take my 45 with me, right? And and I was like, man, this thing is so heavy, right? So I just stuck it on my side, no holster and everything. And I said, man, I can't be moving around too much because this thing gonna slip out, right? So I said, okay, let me get in the car. I got in the car. Reason why I took the 45 was new, and then it was Saturday night, and I had purposely avoided going out that night because I just had a feeling that the town was just it was just bad, man. Back then it was bad. So I just, it was one of the nights I said, some whole bunch of stuff been happening the last month. It's time, I'm going to chill out this night, right? Watch some TV. So I get in the car, help my mom out, go take the car for a test drive. So I hook a left into off onto was it Mount Ephraim towards Centerville to hit Ferry Avenue from Browning Street, right? So then I make that right onto Ferry Avenue. I said, okay, fine. That area of Centerville is pretty peaceful. It's away from the projects, so you don't have to worry about getting caught up in nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? So I was just riding around the little houses in the neighborhood around there, just seeing how a car. I sped up down Ferry Avenue, and it's night, mind you. It's night. It's around 8, 9 o'clock. Sped up, turned the corner, sped up again, making sure that it's flowing right. I think she had a problem with one of the fuel injectors or something. I think he cleaned out her fuel injection or replaced one of them. So I'm riding around. I said, okay, it feels pretty good. It's doing pretty good. But then it starts sputtering. Sput, dead, right? I'm like, oh, here we go. And the first thing I thought, man, is, I got this big old heavy gun on me. And now I'm going to have to walk to the phone booth. And I'm like, oh. You know what I'm saying? And y'all don't know nothing about that, but back then there was no cell phones. You had pagers and stuff, but you had to use a telephone or payphone to utilize it. So I had about 2 blocks to walk. Luckily, I was in one of the nicest part of Centerville, where it's just residential. A lot of nice older people live there. So I started walking over towards the Democrat Club on Ferry Avenue. And I had my gun on me. My gun kept slipping. I kept trying to stick it back up on me, So then I'm walking across the street. I think that was 10th Street. Walking across 10th Street, right across the street, heading towards the Democrat Club where that little corner store is. And man, my gun slipped right down my leg. Bam! And then I was in the middle of the street. And I'm like looking around me like, oh snap, I hope nobody saw that. And it was a cop across the street at the stop sign. I said, oh my goodness. So what I did was I bent down and act like I was tying my shoe and scooted the gun on the opposite side of my foot. I was like, oh my goodness, good grief. And the cop, he just rode right around me. I was like, woo! I grabbed the gun, I put it back on my side real tight this time, tighten up my pants and all that. Man, you better stay in it, And then a guy I went to high school with, he ran track. He graduated maybe 2 years before me. His name was Slim. He was real good. He was like all South Jersey, ran all kinds of races and stuff. And he's walking from the Democrat Club, which is like a little bar for the older people. And man, he walked right up. He saw me putting the gun in my side. He's like, "Yo, man, you alright? You alright?" I was like, "Yeah, Slim, I'm cool, man. My car just broke down." You know what I'm saying? And he was nervous. I guess he thought I was gonna rob somebody or something. I'm like, nah, that's not my gig. I have a job. So then I picked up the phone, Payphone. Luckily, I had some change on me, and I called home because I didn't want to call collect because them calls be like $15 or whatever, right? So I called home and I talked to my mom, and she was like, she talked to my sister's boyfriend who was over, and he drove around and he basically pushed the car up the street, and of course she got it fixed the following Monday. So that's my story for the day. Remember, holster up. None of that free willy stuff with guns. Ladies, please comment. What kind of content you want to know. Let me know. I got some stories about taking women to gun ranges. Y'all want to hear that? When I was young with dates, y'all want to hear that? But God bless you all. Remember, Jesus is Lord. Tomorrow's not promised, but eternal life is. God bless you. Talk to you later.